The official march past by the Guard of Honor, where the Premier will acknowledge the salute.
Right. Attention. Guard of Honor shall take arms. Guard of Honor, close order march. Parade will march past by platoons. Move to the right in columns of threes. Right hand. Right, by the left, quick march. Number 1 platoon, eyes right. Number 1 platoon, eyes front.
The Premier will now descend the podium, followed by his entourage. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have come to the end of our program. I hope you will enjoy the proceedings of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Speaker of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, Honorable Marikane Musupe, and the Premier of Gauteng, Honorable Panyaza Lesufi.
Selithe lasuka lahlala lakhala kabili kathathu iqhude ehlobe ngamaphiko embala maqembu ahlukahlukene. Selithe lasuka lahlala lakhala kabili kathathu iqhude ehlobe ngamaphiko embala maqembu ahlukahlukene. Phakama buholi bakithi osebumathamba amhlophe emalibeni, vuka umuntu omnyama emaqandeni, nampu ubuhle bomzansi buvuswa emathuneni. Namuhla sizobumba silibumbe kabusha lelizwe lethu. Oh, lelizwe elihlobe ngembala eyahlukene njengeqhude lokusa. Leli yiqhude lentando yeningi. Sekuze kwasa nangakithi maningizimu. Vukani makhawakithi asemathuneni nime ngezinyawo. Nampu ubuhle bezwe lenu luvuswa phansi emlotheni nasemathuneni. Sithi gazi lembokodo elachitheka ngesikhathi sobandlululo. Vuka lapho khona ulilizele emathuneni. Oh, bukani sibahle kanjani masihlobile. Masihlobe ngalembala yethu eyahlukahlukene. Kodwa buka namuhla sesihlangene. Kulombele ogwansile masinele sincelisane. Omunye nomunye akanika omunye. Uma bethubani akakwazi ukuhlangana nobani ngoba ubani mhlophe kanti ubani mnyama. Sekusuke nini manje lethi singebala abantu bakithi abamnyama ngoba sonke sinesifiso esifanayo ngalomzansi. Sifuna umzansi ongcono kakhulu namhlanje ukunayo izolo. Oh, yingakho sithe sibumbanani nibe ngamaqembu ahlukahlukene. Bathi siphi isipani na sisipani. Mangithi siphi isipani na sisipani. Thina siyintsha nje kandunankulu wethu uPanyaza. Asishoti ngalutho ngoba nasi isipani. Kulo 30 years sakhululwa. Vukani makhawakithi nime ngezinyawo. Sithi halala baholi. Yithuba lento ukuthi nisole namuhla. Nibekwe yithi nathi siyathanda ukuholwa yini. Nani kwenzeni kube ingqophamlando ukuthi nina nake nahola thina. Niphinde nisipusele niphushe le service provider sheshifike nakuthina. Nisibulalele nele corruption esibulela umzansi. Kulo 30 years sakhululwa. Sikhumbula amaqhawe asalala. Sithi maqhawa kithi bukani ubuhle begazi leni seliphenduka igolide egoli. Awu sithi phakama ndunankulu wethu uPanyaza Lesufi. Awu madoda sikhuluma ngamafabuko njengedangabani. Umsindisi wasindisa igoli namaphethelo. Awu ngikhuluma ngomgubhisi wabhubhisa ama-ithozo wathatha wabeka ethala. Ngikhuluma ngenkunzi emakhenkenene. awu sikuthosa nalo upaphe legwalagwala sithi wena wekunene khuluma ngenkunzi epheko Harry Gwala awu madoda the champion of the poor the champion of the fearless fear is not an option amandla ukwazi insalikade bathatha mnyama
Good evening, Honorable Premier, members of the Executive Council, members of the Provincial Legislature, the Chief Whip, leaders of political parties, ladies and gentlemen, baagi ba Gauteng, le baeti ba rona bo botlhe, le amogetswe. You are all welcome. May we just remain standing to observe a moment of silence or meditation. Thank you very much. You may be seated. May I have your attention, please, honorable members and guests. I, Honorable AKWM Musupye, hereby declares the Change Bible Church 485 Macau Street, Tsolo in Katlehong, as the precinct of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature in terms of Rule 56 of the Standing Rules of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, read with Section 2, Subsection 1, and Section 28 of the Powers, Privileges, and Immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act 4 of 2004. The precincts of Parliament is the area of the land and every building or part of a building under Parliament's control, including A, the chambers in which the proceedings of the House are conducted and the galleries and lobbies of the chambers. B, every part of the buildings in which the chambers are situated and every forecourt, yard, garden, enclosure, or open space thereto. C, committee rooms and other meeting places provided or used primarily for Parliament's purposes. And D, every other building or part of a building provided or used in connection with the proceedings of Parliament while we are using them. For the duration of this meeting, this place will be the precinct of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature. Thus, the standing rules of the legislature will apply and they will govern all the engagements of the day. So, on the purpose of the special sitting of today, this is a special sitting governed in terms of Rule 15 of the Standing Rules, which reads as follows. At the first sitting of the legislature each year, the Premier must deliver an address on the state of the province. Furthermore, in terms of Rule 15, subsection 2, which reads as follows, this is a special sitting solely designated to receive the state of the province address delivered by the Premier. Rule 18, subsection 3 reads as follows, the only business that may be conducted at a special sitting will be the business for which it has been designated. I'm now going to read to everyone in the House the evacuation plan. So in case of an emergency or on hearing an emergency alarm, please note the following. The Venue Operational Center will issue a directive to evacuate the building. Please listen carefully to the public address announcement. The protocol officers and service officers, which are in actual fact your evacuation wardens, will assist honorable members and guests to evacuate the hall. In the House, service officers will help members to evacuate the building through the nearest exits. Please note the evacuation exit routes and assembly points are as follows. The first one, 2 exits at entrance of the hall leading to the piazza, that is the main door that you use to come in. And it's also in front of the parking. There's 2 exits on the left side, on the western side, leading to the piazza and to the parking. 2 on the right side, that is my left, on the east of the hall, leading to Macau Street. Always remain calm and follow instructions. So the assembly point will be in Macau Street at the parking lot. The second one would be the piazza inside the church. Under Rule 53, conduct of members of the public. When in the precinct of the legislature, members of the public must conduct themselves in an orderly manner. Members of the public attending a plenary meeting of the legislature or a committee meeting may not disrupt proceedings and must observe the directive of the member presiding over the House or chairing the committee meeting. The member presiding over the House or chairing a committee meeting may order a member of the public to leave from a meeting and leave the precincts of the legislature when he or she disrupts proceedings or is involved in any misconduct. The Sergeant at Arms may remove members of the public from the precinct of the legislature if they do not leave a meeting or the precincts of the legislature on the instruction of the member presiding over the House or chairing the committee meeting, when they have entered any part of the precincts which has been set aside for members only, or interrupt proceedings or are involved in misconducts, and lastly, are a threat to the security of the legislature. Members, item 1 is as follows. I'm going to request that we all rise so that we can then receive the singing of the national anthem. And I would like to introduce the Chamber Orchestra of Johannesburg, the Quiver Vocal Group, and Gauteng South African Police Services, the choir, who will be leading us in singing the South African national anthem and the AU anthem. So my request to you, the choirs, is that you sing our national anthem first, and you immediately then proceed to the AU anthem. May we rise for the anthem, please, honorable members.
Yes.
Thank you very much. We may be seated. Honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome the following guests to the opening of the first session of the 7th legislature. The list is quite long, so I'm not going to necessarily be calling anyone by name, so we have clustered our guests. I had a request, though, from the Deputy Speaker that I recognize Honorable Manamela, the Deputy Minister. So I did what I was asked, honorable members. So let me also acknowledge the following people who have joined us: Speaker of the National Parliament, Chairperson and delegates of the NCOP, delegates of the Pan-African Parliament, High Commissioners and Ambassadors, members of the Executive Council and their partners, including the partner of the Deputy Speaker, guests of the Premier, guests of the Speaker, guests of the Deputy Speaker, guests of the Chairperson of Committees, guests of the Deputy Chairperson of Committees, guests of the Acting Secretary of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, political party guests, speakers and presiding officers of provincial legislatures, speakers, chief whips of municipal councils, and all councillors present, former speakers, deputy speakers of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, members and presiding officers of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature and their partners, Gauteng Speakers Forum, former members of the Gauteng Provincial Legislature, secretaries of other provincial legislatures who have joined us tonight, executive mayors of all municipalities in Gauteng, Director General and HODs of departments, veterans and freedom stalwarts, veteran musicians, judicial institutions, faith-based organizations, Chapter 9 and 10 institutions, CSIR representatives, all strategic corporate partners that are present here tonight. Or the automotive sector is also here. Leaders of the youth are also here. Women in business have joined us as well. The LGBTQIA+ community, older persons advocates, disability rights advocates, traditional councils, Amapiano Creative Arts are also here. The Cannabis Consortium, chairpersons of the Coronavirus Advisory Council, the Gauteng Ethics Council members, Metropolitan Retail, the Tamil Community, Black Business Forum, Vita Basadi winners and runners-up, the creative sector, the media, and all other guests. Bagaetsho, le amogetswe bo botlhe, re a leboga gore le bone go tshwanela gore le tlo re joina ka tjena. I'm now going to suspend the House for 3 minutes to allow the media to take photos of the chamber. Members of the media, please note you have 3 minutes and 3 minutes only, so please be quick. Photographers kindly leave the chamber. Before I call the Premier to the podium, it was brought to my attention that we have honorable members also, or let me say honorable dignitaries in our presence. We have the former Premier of Gauteng, Mayor Nomvula Mokonyane, who's also a member of the NEC of the ANC. Former Minister Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. We also have in our presence the Provincial Secretary of the ANC, T.S. Ngisa, and I would also want to acknowledge secretaries of all the political parties that are represented in the legislature, but I didn't have any names forwarded, but if they are here, they are also acknowledged. Honorable members and guests, I now call on the Premier, Honorable Panyaza Lesufi, to address the House. Premier.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Let me acknowledge you, Madam Speaker, Deputy Speaker, Chief Whip of the governing party, members of the Executive Council, leaders of political parties in government of provincial unity, leaders of political parties and members of the Provincial Legislature, executive mayors present, the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans, Menji Mutsecha, our former Premier, Aus Nomvula Mokonyane Paula, also former Premier Matole Mutsecha, former Minister and Chairperson of the African Union, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, traditional leaders and religious leaders present here, our Olympiad, Your Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, members of the media, people of Gauteng. We've convened you this evening as political parties constituting the government of provincial unity. We've convened you to share with you our wishes, our aspirations, and the vision of a better Gauteng. We've invited you here in Katlehong, Ekurhuleni region, a township once ravaged by sponsored violence, to pay homage to our beloved leader, Mama Betha Owa. In a galaxy of leaders like Grace Flatela, Semuntuli, Bavumile Vilekazi, Duma Nkosi, Elizabeth Tabete, Thandiso Kamisa, Lungile Mtshali, Ntombikazi Constance Zigalala, Tumbu Mahlangu, Viva Mukwena, Moses Makwakwa, and many more leaders who led us to rebuild this region known as Ekurhuleni, a place of peace under the stewardship of our Executive Mayor, Nkosi Ngiphile, Dr. Xakasa. We are proud that we are hosting this State of the Nation address here in the middle of a township called Katlehong, to demonstrate one point, that where we govern, we can go anywhere and reaffirm the economies of our townships. Gauteng is not an ordinary province. It is the central hub for the flow of people, flow of goods, and capital across the country and beyond its borders. This broader city region includes a network of interconnected cities, towns, and semi-urban areas that together form the economic and social and cultural heartland of South Africa. It also includes major industrial and commercial centers that complement Gauteng, such as Rustenburg Platinum Mining, Sasolburg, the petrochemical, and Secunda, an alternative energy generation plant. Gauteng has 3 metropolitan municipalities, which is unique to our country. It includes the city of Johannesburg, once the world's most important center of gold production, and today South Africa's financial capital. The city of Tshwane, the country's administrative capital, and the city of Ekurhuleni, the gateway to Africa and the manufacturing hub of South Africa. The water city, Sidibeng region, as well as the agro-progress processing hub in the West End, which we've now called Lerona Rebatu. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this month of August, please allow me to pay tribute to 2 outstanding women who influenced us to the cause of freedom, and to date, they remain pillars of inspiration. She defied the odds at a time when it was largely unheard for a young African woman to launch themselves into revolutionary politics. Her courageous activism inevitably attracted the attention of the authorities, leading her to flee the country into exile. Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma is one of the women pioneers in the liberation of the oppressed and women in our country. She was appointed to be a cabinet minister by then President Nelson Mandela, and she has since served under all presidents, holding key portfolios in building our democratic society. She holds the distinguished record of being the first woman to lead our continental organization, the African Union. She's exemplary that even though she could still stand, even though she could still carry herself, she has taken a decision to leave office without being pushed, something that is rare in the generation of political leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me on behalf of the Gauteng Provincial Government to honor this stalwart and to thank this stalwart for everything that she has done, not only for our country, for our movement, but for the continent as a whole. Mama Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, we mbogoto, and we appreciate you. Allow me also to acknowledge yet another gallant woman in our country's political history, Dr. Naledi Mandisa Pandor. It's similar to Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. They always say, a good dancer knows when to leave the stage. She has left the stage without being pushed, and she has also left the stage still walking without using a stick to walk around. Coming from a family steeped in the anti-apartheid history, she has lived a life of unwavering activism, staunch opposition to injustice, and passion for education. Her educational accomplishments remain inspirational to all of us. After serving in various positions in the nation's legislative arm of government, she joined the executive branch in 2004. When everyone was retreating and quietly watching the Israel regime committing genocide in Gaza, she stood up to stand on the side of the weak. Dr. Naledi Pandor, to you, we want to say thank you. Thank you for believing in justice. Thank you for representing us, and thank you for all the work that you have done since your tender age until you took retirement. We say to you, we mbogoto, and will always appreciate you. History will always remember these 2 remarkable South African women who flew our flag high during their time. Madam Speaker, I've asked the Chief Whip of the ruling party that will convene a special legislature sitting later this month to bestow these women our special awards and to formally thank them in a lecture about their lives and times so that our young people can be aware that our struggle was once led by people with impeccable credentials. Sadly today, we buried a woman with special talent, a committed South African, an outstanding actress, Mmeko Nichume. We are proud that our President, Cyril Ramaphosa, granted our request for a special provincial official funeral for her. She was indeed outstanding, committed, and talented. May her soul rest in peace. Madam Speaker, in February this year, I stood before this House to deliver what was amounted to be the last State of the Province address of the 6th administration. In it, I set out the ongoing and the coming development programs which the provincial government was implementing. It is with great pride that I share with you of the key deliverables since then. People of Gauteng, last time when we met like this, we committed and promised to do away with e-tolls. Today, I'm proud to declare that e-tolls are gone and they are history. People of Gauteng, last time when we met like this, load shedding was a headache, but that headache, it's now gone. For this, we want to thank our President, Cyril Ramaphosa, and our Minister of Electricity, our homeboy, Dr. Sputla Ramokgopa, and the entire team of ESCOM. We are giving you the mandate, swabisa di raza lona. Let electricity proceed. Last time,
Order, honorable members, order please.
last time, when we met like this, we committed to establishing a state bank and a pharmaceutical company. We are pleased to report to you that we have since been approached by various banks, both local and international, who want to partner with us to realize our dream of a provincial state bank as a vehicle to change the look and feel of Gauteng townships. Last time, when we met like this, we committed to conducting lifestyle audits on all heads of departments and CEOs of Gauteng provincial government agencies. Last time, when we met like this, we committed to conducting lifestyle audits on all heads of departments and CEOs of GPG agencies. This work has now been completed. 2 days ago, I received the full report from the Special Investigative Unit indicating those HODs that have passed their lifestyle audits and those HODs who have unfortunately not passed this lifestyle audits. I will brief the people of Gauteng further on this report, and we are prepared to also release this report. Last time, when we met like this, we announced that we will change the electricity and energy shortcomings of our province. In the last 6 months that we took this particular decision, we are proud to report the following. This mandate, which falls outside the mandate of the Gauteng provincial government, but we could not fold our arms when our people were in darkness, even though load shedding was not in place. We are proud today of the 502 transformers that were stolen, destroyed, and disabled. The government that I have the honor to lead have restored 485 transformers, ensuring that people of Val, Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg have electricity. We are proud that 6 months ago we took a decision before even a court can take a decision to compel government to ensure that health facilities and schools are shielded from load shedding. We are proud as the Gauteng government that 28 of our health facilities, inclusive of clinics, inclusive of hospitals, community health care centers, and 5 schools are today completely off the grid, and they can continue with their services with or without load shedding. We are proud that within 6 months after we've made a decision about our energy response plan, we are en route to identify additional 3,000 megawatts to add to the national grid and to protect our province against future load shedding if indeed it comes back. We are further pleased to announce that the John Ware open cycle gas turbine, which was closed in 2010, we have reactivated it, capacitated it. As I'm speaking to you now, this forgotten power station is now pumping 50 megawatts to the grid of Gauteng. We are further proud that the Durban Street open cycle gas turbine at the end of this particular month, on the 30th of August, will switch it on to also add an additional 50 megawatts to the grid of Gauteng. All this will not be possible without the dedicated collaboration and valued contribution of our partners, Eskom, City Power, and the executive mayors of our municipalities. To them, we want to thank them for this commitment, and we want to assure people of Everton who are still in darkness because all of their transformers are dysfunctional. We want to assure people of Winterveld, people of Makaus, and many other communities that the program to roll out transformers and the program to ensure that even informal settlement are shielded from not having electricity, that this program under this government of provincial unity will continue to provide those particular services. We are proud that an informal settlement called Marasta, which has never had electricity, as part of our pilot project, we have given this community of Marasta 1 megawatt. Today, they are no longer promoting an illegal connection. They have their own electricity thanks to this government of provincial unity in our province. Ladies and gentlemen, last time we met like this, we committed to attract new investment to our province. Last time when we met like this, we knew the only way to create jobs and the only way to pump the economy is to attract new investment into our province. We are proud to declare the following successful investments that are now flowing in our province. AXA tend to invest just under 6 billion rands in our province in the next 4 years, positioning OR Tambo Airport as a gateway for regional economic development. This includes adding extra cargo capacity that will make OR Tambo globally competitive. This cargo development will allow the airport to accommodate 750,000 tons of cargo annually and create a new internationally acclaimed terminal. This will also create job opportunities for our people of Gauteng. We are proud that we have convinced and accepted the offer from Vodacom to invest 3 billion rands in Gauteng in the ICT network infrastructure, which will advance digital connectivity across our province. We welcome the recent announcement from the Minister of Trade and Industry regarding the Vaal Special Economic Zone. Citibank, as a new investor in our province, has now pledged a substantial amount of 1.4 billion rands to develop a new infrastructure in the Vaal. Heineken Beverages will be investing 3 billion rand in Gauteng in the next 3 years, which will include a multi-plant, a mega plant that will be responsible for sorting and packaging, as well as an enterprise and supplier development. The potential to be generated by this investment is projected to create 1,000 permanent jobs in the Vaal area. Another investment that we are proud of is Transnet Pipelines that have proposed the construction of PL6 pipeline extending from Jameson Park in Heidelberg to OR Tambo International Airport to address the anticipated jet fuel shortages by 2028 due to insufficient supply capacity from Sasolburg. This project is estimated to invest more than 800 million, and the completion target is May 2028. This is very important to secure the airport fuel supply without any disruption, and in the process, to create many hundreds jobs in our province. In keeping with the spirit of partnership with the private sector, we will soon, together with ABSA Partnership, invest 200 million rands to prepare our small businesses and our township sponsor shop so that they can be positioned to compete against sponsor shop owned by foreign citizens in our province. And this 200 million will expand the SMME access to our people and those that are in business in our province. We are also proud that to give effect to the agricultural and agro-processing master plan, 15 Gauteng smallholder grain farmers have been approved for funding. In this regard, a new investment by Land Bank and Pepsi Cola will see a new investment of 70 million rands going to our farmers in our province to promote agriculture and agro-processing, thus creating new jobs for our people in our province. Further to that, we'll be signing the memorandum of agreement totaling about 55 million with 8 commercial farming entities operating across the subsector. This includes sunflower processing, poultry farming, hydroponic vegetable farming, rooftop farming, and retail. These commercially oriented projects will contribute to sustainable employment creation, food security, and transformation of this particular sector. Another investment that we are proud of comes from CNS Beverage and Food Supply. They've agreed to invest 300 million in Midrand over the next 3 years by setting up a food and beverage factory with 150 million that is going to be spent in this current year. We are also proud that this project will create permanent jobs to the people of Ivory Park and the surrounding areas. The Ukuvuselela project, a high-capacity freight rail that will be constructed between Tshwane and Port Elizabeth, will be launched soon. It's a goal to modernize existing railway line and turn it into a high-volume, sustainable operated freight rail logistic that will serve the South African automotive industry. As a result, the Gauteng economy will solidify and maintain its leading position in the manufacturing and automobile industries. This project will create nearly 4,000 construction jobs and just over 1,000 permanent jobs during construction. We are proud, together with our Limpopo counterpart, that we are now ready to start the process to build the Limpopo-Gauteng speed train, and the feasibility study is reaching its conclusion, which will accelerate our desire to work with our counterparts in Limpopo. This train is expected to create over 18,000 jobs during the construction period. And we are now ready to say Gauteng and Limpopo are coming together so that people of Gauteng can go to Limpopo easily and people of Limpopo can come to Gauteng easily using a speed train that will move people and passengers. To continue on the line of investment in our province so that we can create solid permanent jobs for our people in our province, in less than 2 years, the government that we have the honor to lead, the Gauteng government, will invest 120 billion rands in the expansion of Gautrain to the following areas: Soweto, Four Ways, Mamelodi, Atteridgeville, Vaal, Lanseria, and Springs. The expansion of Gautrain is expected to create over 125,000 jobs during construction over a 5-year period. The bid to construct these lines closes at the end of October next month, and we are proud that this will create the more jobs that we are looking for in our province. Honorable members, we are now amending our economic strategic position on how we are going to reposition the economy of Gauteng. Rebuilding the economy of Gauteng demands that we rethink the traditional models of provincial growth points and develop new growth points to benefit the people of Gauteng. South Africa is a unitary state. Nothing prevents our provinces from reimagining provincial economic boundaries and possibilities for mutual benefit. In this regard, we are moving with speed beyond the boundaries of our province to connect with the neighboring provinces that are closer to us to create new economic growth points for both provinces. We want to move beyond provincial boundaries and strengthen economic linkages with the provinces through capital investment. One strategic area that we are so keen, taking into consideration the new economy of cargo, taking into consideration the new economy of logistics, taking into consideration the new economy of warehouses, we are looking with a sharp eye an area that is called Harrismith. This place called Harrismith is strategically located. It's halfway to Durban, halfway to Bloemfontein, halfway to Mpumalanga, and halfway to Gauteng. We want to redevelop this area, Harrismith, so that it can start to grow towards Gauteng and benefit people of Sidibeng and surrounding towns of this particular area. Secondly, we are quite convinced that Sasolburg is far to grow towards Bloemfontein, but closer to grow towards Gauteng. That Sasolburg is a strategic economic growth point that can allow us to create new factories, that can also allow us to create new residential areas, that can also allow us to invest in new roads. So we have taken a decision to ensure that Sasolburg's growth grow towards Gauteng rather than growing towards Bloemfontein, so that it can create a new economy for people of Sebokeng, people of Midvaal, and people of surrounding areas, and create opportunities for our people. The third opportunity for Gauteng is Rustenburg. Rustenburg is not growing towards Mafikeng. Rustenburg is growing towards Magaliesburg. Rustenburg is growing towards Carltonville. Rustenburg is growing towards Krugersdorp. We are taking opportunity of this particular growth to create new roads to link Rustenburg and to make it easy for people to stay in Gauteng but work in Rustenburg so that we can create new opportunities for our people of the area. This will also increase investment in this area and also ensure that the area of Magaliesburg grows economically using Rustenburg as an anchor and its surrounding mines. Will propel the development of the Lanseria smart city and link it with the economy of the West Rand. We are also strengthening our work on the international fronts as part of ensuring that Gauteng becomes the preferred destination of these particular areas. We are convinced that UAE, or what is commonly known as Dubai, is just 8 hours from Gauteng, and our agricultural infrastructure and our agricultural work can be easily be taken to Dubai, and we can also bring some of the goods from Dubai to here. This, we are also bringing Mauritius, which is 4 hours away from Gauteng, to also take advantage of the growth of that particular country, together with Finland and China. With a view to upholding the position of Gauteng, we will accelerate our infrastructure investment across all those particular areas. But for us to have proper investment and for us to attract new companies and for us to be at the cutting edge of technology, we have to invest in the broadband network. And we are proud that we are investing 2.3 billion rands to a stable GPN network and ICT connectivity across all Gauteng. And hear this, for the very, very first time, 26 townships of Gauteng will get free Wi-Fi and free data, releasing township people from buying data on this particular. We are also proud that the GPN network will also ensure that there is free connectivity in all our hospitals and all our schools and all our offices to ensure that people can get access to connectivity. We say the future battle will no longer be about water and electricity. The future battle will be about accessibility to data so that our children can also do their homeworks without being outside their homes. With all these investments that we are so proud of them, we are not sitting on our laurels. We will convene another provincial investment conference to further attract and expand private sector investments. The investments that we have mentioned today, they stand a better chance of attracting not less than 540,000 new jobs that will be available to people of Gauteng, and with this will kiss unemployment struggles goodbye and create new opportunities for our people. But you can create jobs. You can create or attract investment. But if the skills of the people that are unemployed, it's not aligned to the new economy, is not aligned to new opportunities, the jobs that we are saying we are going to create may not be available to ordinary people of our province. It is within this context that we are proud that we have signed a groundbreaking agreement to reskill the unemployed people of Gauteng at the value of 1.1 billion rands that we have received from the National Skills Fund, so that the unemployed people of Gauteng can be reskilled about the future careers that will be needed by our economy. This 1.1 billion rands that we have just signed will add to the 8 billion rands that we have already received from UIF, where we are reskilling almost 500,000 unemployed residents of Gauteng. And this reskilling will take the following shape. All those that are unemployed have already been invited to identify the skills in which they want to be retrained. 600,000 people have responded to this request. We have now categorized them. We are ready to reskill them. We say, choose the career that you want. This government that we have the honor to lead will take you to TVET college, will take you to skills college. We will pay for the training fees, and while you are still training, we'll pay you a stipend of 3,000 until you qualify. But it is going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, and it's a running target to train the unemployed people. The best seat is to train learners that are inside our classroom now so that they can be ready for the careers of the future. For this, we are proud as the Gauteng government that we have converted 36 schools from teaching our children general education, nonyana tse pedi o sekgwakgwa sekgwakgwa. We have converted, and we are proud that we have converted 36 of our schools to be schools of specialization so that our children in the classroom now can be taught about the careers of the future while they're inside the classroom. And I will mention some of this particular school. I'm very proud of these schools, and thanks MEC Shulwane for continuing with this program. Rhodesfield Engineering School, it specializes in aviation. Soshanguve Engineering School, it specializes on the automotive industry. Actually, the Soshanguve Engineering School, it's very close to my heart. We went to Germany to ask one car that produces the most popular car to say your car is favored in our townships, but our people don't know how to build it. And that particular company came back with us in South Africa, and every year they've committed to donate the new model before that model is introduced to the market. And this particular school has been identified to train our children on how to build that particular car while they're still in the classroom. This is how you build a future of a country. Katie Sinkondo School of Specialization, we are also proud of this particular school. In this particular school, we have an engine of a 747 aeroplane inside the classroom, as well as an engine of a caterpillar and an engine of a helicopter. And these children, while they're still in classroom, they are taught how to dismantle this engine and assemble it again inside the school premises. Muhlodi School of Specialization with a special focus on maritime. We might not have an ocean in Gauteng, but the future of the green economy is very important to prepare our children. But in this very township where we are in, we have Katlehong School of Specialization, focusing on manufacturing, transport, and logistics. It is at this school of Katlehong School of Specialization that Mercedes-Benz have agreed to partner with this particular school. And most importantly, Mercedes has also agreed to give certificate to these particular children when they pass certain models that are related to motor industry sector. This school of Katlehong School of Specialization has never performed below 90% ever since it has been converted to a school of specialization. What all this means is that this is a pledge from this government that I have the honor to lead, to prepare Gauteng youth to lead and excel in artificial intelligence-driven world. This is a pledge to our youth to drive our province towards unprecedented economic growth and prosperity. This is our call to our youth. There is no need for nyaupe there is a need to go to school and get this skill so that our economy can prosper together with you. We can embark on ambitious programs to create jobs and fight unemployment. But if we do not defeat the scourge of crime, all this remain a dream and a pipe dream. People of Gauteng, crime is ravaging us. People of Gauteng, we are even scared of our own shadows. People of Gauteng, our own houses have turned to be prisons. We can't even go out to enjoy our parks. We can't even go to enjoy a movie at night because we are scared of criminals. Crime and corruption remain a bled on the soul of the society of Gauteng. For this reason, fighting crime is our apex priority, which commands our urgent attention as the provincial government. I wish to reassure the people of our province that we'll continue to ramp up measures to drastically reduce crime. We are hard at work to arrest everything that is related to lawlessness, vandalism, illegal mining, and to stamp out drug dealing, and to eliminate the culture of hired killings in Kabi, to eradicate the possession of illegal farms, to prevent car hijacking, and to emphatically protect children and women from perpetrators of gender-based violence. We are also ready, together with the police, to stop the trend that is increasing of kidnappings and human trafficking. We'll continue to implement our 6-pillar National Strategic Plan on GBV. We are now ready, and I'm glad that all executive mayors, without any exception, when we met for 2 days, a few weeks ago, we have agreed to deposit all our resources to fight crime in our province. And we'll do the following things. We have now donated, as this Gauteng government, 250 new vehicles to the SAPS to strengthen police station so that police station can respond quickly when our people need help. We have deployed over 400 visible policing cars. As I'm speaking to you now, 18 months ago when we met here, this province didn't have helicopters. Today, we've got 3 helicopters that are ready to combat crime in our province. Weeks ago, a heist was planned in the area of Western. These helicopters were activated. As I'm speaking to you now, these criminals are now in jail thanks to the help of these helicopters. We've now launched the e-panic button. A physical button has also been distributed to 30,000 citizens so that ugogo noma angana phone, if someone ufuna ungena endlini yaka gogo, ugogo can press the panic button. The nearest company or the nearest law enforcement agency, whether it's private security, our wardens or police, they will react within minutes to go and defend ugogo. Gone are the days where you need to phone to a call center to ask for the police to come and protect you. The mere pressing of the e-panic button positions our province to ensure that we are at the right time, at the right place with law enforcement agencies. We are excited that together with the Department of Roads and Transport, we are beefing up the capacity to combat taxi violence in our province. We can't allow this taxi violence to be out at hand and inconvenience our citizens in our province. We are working together with the Road Traffic Management Corporation, the SAPS, and the Metro Police units. And I'm proud that a new force that is dedicated to fight fire with taxi inkabis and taxi hooligans will now be moved from the Department of Community Safety to the Department of Roads and Transport so that they can be dedicated to go and fight. Honorable members, when you came here, you have seen young people that are traffic wardens that were unemployed almost 18 months ago. Today, 7,000 of them and 2,000 extra that will graduate at the end of this month. That will bring 10,000 people that are going to patrol our communities, our streets, and our wards to ensure that we can have eyes and ears in each and every street in our communities. We are implementing, and this is a first, we are implementing our anti-land invasion strategy to ensure that no new informal settlement is established in Gauteng. In implementing this strategy, we have created a new land invasion monitoring and inspection tool, a first of its kind in our country. This tool leverages advanced geospatial technologies and artificial intelligence to detect and monitor land invasion and illegal expansion in real time. The use of GIS and AI to combat crime and prevent land invasion will be launched next week to ensure that we don't have new people invading land in our province illegally. To our new Provincial Commissioner of Police, Lieutenant General Mtombeni, PC, your mandate is clear. Go on and defeat crime in our province with whatever means possible so that we can ensure that our province is not a playground for criminals. We are confident of your work and we are proud of the areas that we have done. It is now public record, Member Msimang. As per the latest labor survey report that was released 2 days ago, that Gauteng has recorded a net increase of 115,000 new jobs between Q2 and Q3 of 2024, while provinces such as Western Cape saw the largest decrease in employment. Gauteng continues to account for over 30% of national employment and over 40% of labor market growth. It is within this context that we are proud that through our NASISPANI program, we have managed to hire 130,000 people who were unemployed a year ago, but today they can support their families. We are ramping up this drive to provide immediate relief to unemployed people in our province, and we are saddened that we have lost 32,000 young people who were teacher assistants. But we are proud that we are the only province for 2 years that have carried these teacher assistants by paying from our own pockets as the provincial government so that they can continue in employment. We want to apologize to them for the abrupt termination, but we want to assure them with the new investment opportunities that we've announced today will open new opportunities for them and other young people of our province so that they don't rely on temporary jobs, but rely on permanent jobs that we have created. On May 29, 2024, we held free national and provincial elections whose outcomes have shaped the political direction of the 7th administration. Accordingly, we have responded to the wishes of the electorate by constituting the government of provincial unity after a long consultative process. The 7th administration is committed to ensuring that we consolidate our provincial development vision to secure the future of its residents and for generations to come. Our focus is essentially centered on growing Gauteng Together 2030, which is our provincial interpretation of the National Development Plan. In terms of our key objectives, Gauteng's 5-year mid-development plan will focus on 3 strategic areas in which the government of national unity have adopted and in which the president of our country, Cyril Ramaphosa, delivered during the opening of Parliament. These 3, which we are fully embracing, and we have aligned them to our programs is inclusive economic growth and job creation, improved living conditions, and enhanced health well-being, and a capable and ethical and developmental state. We are of the view that if we can't develop this state, if we have a weak and ethically compromised state, will not rise to challenge the bad image that our government has attracted in the last 30 years. We want to declare, as I declare now, that we commit the 7th administration that from now on will recruit the best and the qualified, and those that are no longer best and qualified, they must know that their time is over. The 7th administration, we want to commit that the contracts that are going to be administered by this administration will give it to the best and those that have given us best proposal, not those that are linked to certain people in government to get contracts. We commit the 7th administration to crush corruption and to crush favors that have delayed the development of our program. We are committed to a clean government, and the 7th administration is raising its hands to ensure that we defend this approach. We have already indicated that GPU and the 7th administration will be a professional service and will ensure that we professionalize the recruitment process and will further ensure that we recruit the best and keep those that were intending to leave our country or of our province purely because they believe their color of their skin or of their qualification is not good enough for them to be recruited in this government. So we commit our government to recruit the best. We commit our government to only appoint possible competent entities, and we commit this government to be merciless on corruption and to embark on consequence management if those that we have given them this task misbehave. We have taken a decision with all MECs and HODs to ensure that the commitments we are making today are properly resourced and included in their plans. I'm proud that in the next 100 days, I'll be signing service delivery agreements with each and every MEC to spell out the commitments we are making to improve the lives of our people in our province. These delivery agreements, Member Msimang, will be made public, and I'll hold routine sessions with MECs to assess progress and to identify blockages that need to be removed. People of Gauteng, we are proud that we are taking this province of ours to the next level. We'll introduce innovative technologies to enhance e-service platforms. We are ready to include digital payment and application solution for state transaction to create a cashless, paperless environment and reduce queues in all our service centers from the licensing department, health and education. The education department has led on this one with their paperless online registration, and we are now ready to convert all cash transaction in our province to be cashless so that we can encourage the private sector to move to cashless environment. We are now resetting all our forms and our documents to be paperless. We are now placing the Department of Health at the center of e-health so that all their documents must be digitalized, that each and every patient will have one file and each and every patient will be identified through their biometrics so that there are no duplication and people forging names to get access to our health system in our province. This is a digital way of ensuring that we move to the next stage of our province. Gauteng is highly urbanized. We want to ensure that agriculture is given the necessary attention and we increase our impact against climate change. We live in a world of disasters, and we are proud that our environmental studies and the request for EIAs in our province is within 30 days. And we want to improve this and ensure that those that are applying for EIAs, they have that particular support from our province. We also welcome the promulgation of the Climate Change Act so that we can be in a position to defend our region against climate change and develop a climate change response strategy. We want our province to be a green province. We want to rehabilitate all rivers that are unattended in our province. We want to ensure from all the areas that have water in our province that we are ready to rehabilitate them, to protect them, to ensure that we deal with all these matters. It is within this context that we will convene a climate change indaba in October 2024 to engage stakeholders on the financing of climate change in our province. We are proud, as this particular province, that our financial sustainability has been strengthened by our approach to increase new revenue in our province. Led by our new MEC, we are putting a physical sustainability program that will ensure that we prioritize new revenue in our province. The own revenue will increase in a manner that will allow us to have more money in the bank account of our province. We want to modernize the revenue collection efficiently and also cost effectiveness of our province. Gone are the days, Executive Mayor of Sidibe, gone are the days where the money that is due for us for traffic licensing is used by municipalities to safeguard their deficiencies. From now on, we are putting a new system that will ensure that when people renew their licenses, what is due to local government will go to their bank account. What is due to the provincial government will go to our bank account immediately without having another province to deal with this. We are also proud that we are putting additional machinery to ensure that those that are contributing to our revenue, from casinos to tourism and other institutions, we are putting new technology that will allow us to increase our revenue. But we want to say this to all municipalities. Municipalities in Gauteng, I'm giving you the go-ahead, Executive Mayor of Mfuleni. If any of the departments that I have the honor to lead owe you, you have told them to pay and they are not paying, switch them off until they pay you as municipalities. We can't allow our municipalities to sink in debt because government is not paying municipalities. And we want municipalities to be self-sustainable so that they can be in a position to deal with this matter. But we want to protect the poor. We want to protect the poor. We are proud that all executive mayors without exception have endorsed the introduction of what we call an e-indigent register that is going to be linked to various databases of government institutions, retail, so that those that are poor can be given free services and those that are rich can be billed so that they can pay for their services rather than hide behind the poor. This indigent register will allow us to broaden the pro-poor package that will ensure that poor children get school uniform, dignity packs, food parcels, and will further increase to include data as well as the support that is needed by the poor. We are proud that this indigent register will serve as a cooperative governance tool to assist us. We are engaging local government to protect water crisis in our province. We are firming up our strategic water resource protection interventions, and I'm proud that tomorrow, together with Rand Water, we will have a meeting with all executive mayors of all our municipalities to ensure that come this summer, we don't have a shortage of water in the province of Gauteng. We'll also ensure that we give the necessary support to ensure that all our leaks that are coming from municipalities are fixed so that water can flow in. We'll together also convene a summit to deal with the issue of hostels in our province. We are of the view that hostels is now a name. Babdlamini. These hostels are no longer hostels. These are family units. We need to adjust our strategies and ensure that we convert all these hostels into family units and ensure that they've got all the necessary tools for them to thrive in our province. People of Gauteng, let's all accept that the current state of the Johannesburg CBD is an embarrassment for the people of Gauteng. But we can't be sorry forever. We must act. We must not improve Johannesburg CBD for nostalgic reasons, but we must improve it because of strategic significance. This is not an easy task. This is a task that is risky, but this is a task that must be undertaken. A new Carlton Center must rise. A new Carlton Hotel must rise. A new Kind Center must rise so that we can bring back entertainment in deep Johannesburg. In this regard, we are going to do the following, and we want to thank all the partners that have agreed and they've adopted this shared vision to reclaim Jozi, our Jozi, where we will live, a Jozi where we will shop, and a Jozi where we will play. Jozi Mjipa. In collaboration with the city of Joburg, we'll kickstart this important initiative to clean Johannesburg CBD. We are proud that Transnet is committing 460 million to rehabilitate their office buildings in Rissik Street. We are also proud that Transnet has taken a decision to move back to Carlton Center or to the CBD and create new job opportunities. We are also proud that Carlton Hotel, in collaboration with our housing development agency, will be converted into housing apartments so that it can be new houses in the middle of Johannesburg. We are proud that the following companies have agreed to come back to the Carlton Center and to Johannesburg: Foschini, Shoprite, and many other companies that have remained in the CBD like ABSA. We'll develop a strong relationship with role players, including Jozi My Jozi, and to ensure that we have the last strategic plan in the middle of Johannesburg to reclaim Johannesburg. But you will never clean Johannesburg if you can't deal with hijacked buildings and buildings that you don't know who owns them. We are awaiting the final report of the Gampepe Commission, and when we receive this report, we will move with speed to reclaim these cities and shut down hijacked buildings, dismantle them, destroy them, so that new cranes can rise in the middle of Johannesburg to create new opportunities for our people. While we are waiting for that report, we are unleashing hundreds and hundreds of CCTV cameras, and we are confirming, together with the police, municipalities, our wardens, and private security companies, we are deploying a permanent force of close to 2,800 law enforcement agencies that will patrol Johannesburg day and night, 24/7, to ensure our people are protected in the middle of Johannesburg. We'll also clean the city. We have appointed City Park to assist us to clean this particular city. We are proud that PRASA have now successfully reopened all railway stations that needed to be opened in our province. With 3.4 billion rands that have been invested, 9 routes have been successfully reinstated. Mabopane, Tembisa, Katlehong, Soweto, Germiston, Sosville, Atteridgeville, and the Vaal. These 3.4 billion rands that have been used to revitalize our railway station, we want to send a strong message of appreciation to PRASA and say to PRASA, Lidi boso lona, re a leboha. This will culminate in the reopening of the Ellis Park railway station so that on the 31st of August, supporters of Amapogo, Springboks, and All Blacks, they can disembark at Ellis Park Stadium railway station to go and watch rugby at Ellis Park. And this will also ensure that we provide the necessary support. You will never grow an economy if our roads are not in top shape. We are proud that we've concluded the following roads on record time. Allendale Road, K73, Linesia Road, P241, Kalinen Road, D483, and we are proud that 40 municipal roads in Mfuleni that were not accessible as we speak today, all those 40 roads are now accessible to people of Mfuleni. We will conclude the construction of the following roads: Sirman Road in Hammanskraal, P175 in Potchefstroom, K50 in Delmas, K174 in Vaal River City Interchange, and K175 in Aika Industria in Brongospruit. We have now identified tourism member Msimang as the new era, as the new area in which we can attract more investment in our province. Over the next 3 years, it is anticipated that the tourism sector in Gauteng will generate over 120 billion rands from international arrivals and 50 billion rands from domestic tourism, while creating over 10,000 jobs in the tourism sector. We are proud that today we are launching the new slogan to Visit Gauteng, which is called #Visit Gauteng Zwagala. We are ready to bid for international tournaments and hosting international events in our province. We are proud that we have allocated almost 40 million rands for purpose of bidding and possibly hosting major sporting tournaments. We are now ready to bid for the MTN 8 final that will possibly involve Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates, so that it can be a battle of teams of Gauteng. We'll also continue to support our homegrown events like the Soweto Marathon, City to City Marathon, 94.7 Cycle Challenge, 702 Walk the Talk, Joy of Jazz, DSTV Delicious, and many events that are bringing people to our province of Gauteng. We are also proud that we are putting all necessary measures to ensure that our learners in the classroom participate in the Progress in International Reading Literacy Studies called PELS, so that our grade 4 learners in our province can read for meaning and our grade 4 learners can be given the necessary support that they need. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable members, please join me in this august house. I'm not only proud, but I'm filled with joy to welcome the silver medal winners of 100 meters relay in Paris Olympics that are in the house so that we can congratulate formally and this government for job well done. Majimbos. Majimbos, Maauti, Majita, Bradley Nkwana, Bayanda Walaza, Sean Maswanganyi, Akani Simbini, Lidi Solo. We also want to extend our appreciation to Tajani Smith and all others, those that have won medals in the Olympics. Those that are residing in Gauteng, hear this. Those that are residing in Gauteng, we are ready to unveil our incentive package to you so that it can serve as a token of appreciation from the Gauteng government. Honorable members, we can celebrate Bradley Nkwana, we can celebrate Bayanda Walaza, we can celebrate Sean Maswanganyi, but this celebration will be short-lived if we can unearth the new athletes of the future from our schools. In this regard, we are proud now to set aside 340 million rands in school sports and recreation programs to unearth the new talents of the future. We'll resuscitate 800 township schools to participate on our Wednesday League. Honorable members, Mpox is a reality in our province. We want to continue to monitor the outbreak of Mpox. We acknowledge and support Africa's CDC and the World Health Organization decision to declare it a public health emergency. As part of our preventative measures, Gauteng province is capacitating clinicians in all 5 health districts. Moreover, Mpox campaigns are about to be launched in all our schools and public places so that we can educate our people about Mpox. I'm saddened, honorable members, and sad that there is an unprecedented battle between cancer patients and the Department of Health in our province. I want to send a very strong message. We must not squabble on who's best to care for our weak. We must not squabble and go to courts on matters that we can sit around the table and resolve so that the best health care can be given to cancer patients. I'm making myself available to lead the delegation of the MEC and the HOD and our clinician to meet with the cancer sector so that this matter can be resolved and be buried and the long list be reduced so that cancer patients can get support in our province. In the meantime, we are continuing the construction in both Chris Hani Baragwanath Academic, George Mukari Academic to commence so that we can be in a position to provide radiotherapy centers and provide treatment rooms for linear accelerator machines, and also ensure that all the patients that are on the waiting list, that particular waiting list is fast-tracked so that it's reduced like we have done before. The province is also proud that it's going to build 4 new hospitals: Davidton Hospital, Oliver Holt Bosch, Deep Slot, and Orange Farm. The Davidton Hospital is now ready to go to construction after we've received approval for its business case from the National Department. In partnership with the Workers' Investment Fund, we are expanding access to hospital care for people without medical aid, a partnership for access for trauma, especially when our trauma units in public hospitals are full, will allow people without medical aid to access 18 private hospitals for trauma, so that people must not die purely because they don't have a medical aid. The provincial government have just signed a memorandum of agreement with private healthcare providers, including the Clinics Group, Zamuguhle, Epic Surgical Hub, MediClinic, and other hospitals that are ready to partner with us so that we can provide the necessary support to our people. As I conclude, the Gauteng the Gauteng provincial government is ready to end urban hunger. The Gauteng government is committed to ensure that the agricultural sector in our province is given all the necessary support. And we are ready now to change the course of things. We have been given the mandate to drive transformation agenda, and transformation agenda will do. This government that we have the honor to lead will start to implement the resolutions that we have undertaken and implemented here. Honorable members, please allow me to thank eight of the 11 political parties that have supported our budget, while noting one party which abstained and the two parties that opposed this budget. This government that we have the honor to lead will be a people's government, not a minority-led government. This government will respond to the needs of our people, and I want to express my sincere gratitude to all the parties which have set aside their ideological differences and came together in response to the electoral mandate of the people of Gauteng. We have configured the 7th administration to give full expression to this new reality. I'm fully confident that under this government of provincial unity, we'll see the final 5 years so that we can improve the quality life of our people in our province. I'm humbled to remain the premier of this province, the mainstay of our country. I'm equally humbled by the responsibility to lead government of provincial unity and pledge to work for unity in action with all other political parties. I want to send this message to all political parties in this house. Let's not compete, but complement each other. Let's not antagonize, but work together for the sake of the people of our province. I appreciate the immense responsibility on my shoulders to ensure that we maintain a stable, coherent, and effective government of provincial unity. Above all, we remain committed to the ethos of a clean, ethical, capable, and developmental provincial government that will be focused on making a difference in the lives of our people. Let me conclude by quoting Mother Teresa when he said, Magwa.
Order, honorable members, order. Order, honorable members. May I proceed?
Let me conclude by quoting Mother Teresa when she said, and I quote, "Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. Let us begin our work." End quote. To the 7th administration, let us begin our work. The journey starts now. I thank you. Ke a leboha.
Okay, honorable members, I thank you, Honorable Premier, for your address and request that your address be forwarded to the table for placing on the order paper in terms of Rule 16. Has it been placed? Thank you very much. So, honorable members, I would like to request that guests remain seated until all members have left the chamber. That is, all MPLs have left the chamber. The next meeting will sit on Tuesday, the 20th of August, 2024, at 10 o'clock in our legislature. The sitting is now adjourned.